Panthers and the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Y'all playing the wrong football. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's good for 28 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. On 1st down, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. They'll try the air now with Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground. Come from the wall. Can't fight it. He lost the football. It's out.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
All day. Sack City. Sack City, baby.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 50 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the end.
That's caught inside the 20. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Miller. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Watch the run. They're running it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Luke Kuechly came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. It's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. The final shot before the break, Watson. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. But they'll start the drive here with an end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he lost 6 there on the first down play. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Newton now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the 10-year vet knocks it. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Fuller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off of play action, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson, and he's taken down inside the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now a throw to the end zone. It winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. It's complete. Stills. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And Stills bringing it in. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal.
Let's get off the field.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, will likely put an end to this thing. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now Newton and the Panthers down 14-10, a little under 50 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down.
Ready? Yeah, ready? I don't think you got it. Hey!
Now Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bernard McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And did he catch it? He did. A touchdown. One of the most improbable finishes in recent history. They've won it on the final throw. Sometimes it comes down to one final play. A dramatic finish to this one.
And no player will ever admit to, hey, this is how I want to win a game. But behind closed doors at night as they're going to sleep, they do think about those dramatic endings. And how about that one? Go up and get it, Hail Mary, and sprint to the locker room with a victory that you didn't look like you were going to get.
That is the epitome of the highest high and the lowest low in the game of football. Well, that was a fun game to witness, partner. A touchdown there at the very end to win this thing.
And that's really where the emphasis is, right? The touchdown to win it. I know that they put a little on top, right? What's your favorite dessert? You know, what do you want? What do you put on top of your favorite dessert?
You put whipped cream, maybe a cherry.
There you go. The whipped cream, the cherry, whatever you want to talk about, that's what they put on it. But the story, the touchdown to win it, that's how they got it done.